Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Data here, and welcome back to the We're Not Leaving Fantasy Draft Franchise Mode series here on NHL 24 with the Arizona Coyotes moving into the year number. What is it already? I'm losing track of the years. Year number 5. Yes, year number 5 offseason. Wow. 2027 draft and offseason coming your way for episode number 12 of this franchise mode series. Coming off of getting EA'd last episode in round 1 of the postseason, despite being a 56-win team. Welcome, Gen Z McKenzie. Welcome to everyone joining us. Sorry I'm a little bit later than usual. Mighty Joe, Doggy, welcome aboard. Landon, there we go. Everybody's getting in here quick. Let's go. If you're joining after you've already gone live, you can hop ahead to that 5-minute mark. That's when we'll get started. But until then, we'll start welcoming everybody in for an exciting draft and off-season ahead, as we definitely have some changes to make to this team, unfortunately. Yes, we're a championship team. Yes, we're coming off of a President's Trophy. Yes, we're just one season removed from a Stanley Cup. But we have some contract that needs to move out, basically. I guess I could say that. Because Marco Kasper needs his contract, looking at all expiring. Kasper needs a contract. Zume, Geeky, a few guys of the future of this team. Not huge money aside from Kasper. Yeah, horrendous showing in the playoffs. But we only have, if you look at the extension dollars, $6.835 million. So I suppose we could squeeze Kasper in. We also want money for Zume, for Geeky, and we want a little bit of maneuverability. Plus, on top of all of that, we have prospects coming up to join this roster. So it makes sense to move out some of the larger pieces, larger money pieces, who are further down the lineup, like a Dylan Strome, Oliver Bjorkstrand, etc. So, long intro to say. We'll get started at the 5-minute mark if you're not joining us live. Yeah, Matthews absolutely ghosted. Actually, I'll pull up the stats from the last postseason for you to look at. There we go. Matthews, his 67 goal season. 3 goals was nice, but a lot of players did not show up whatsoever. Wu Mei was one of those. Mighty Joe, just to sit back and watch an episode is nice after pouring all those words in the comment and the data DM. Yes, absolutely. I'm looking forward to getting back to you. As soon as this episode's done, I'm going to get into replying on Islander comments, Mighty Joe. Me6 finally did a post on the Discord. Hey, how about that? Finally a little bit of passion from the Me6 bot. Let me just go ahead and get it ready to share on Twitter. There we go. Great. Okay, so yeah, it was ugly. Oh, sorry, I was forgot to transfer the tags over. The tags of the video, yes. I guess so. Me6 was awake. So hope everyone's having a lovely start to their week here in the midweek stream. Usually we do the Coyotes on Monday nights, but here we are on Wednesday because on Monday I had to record the Islanders to upload for yesterday on Tuesday. So tonight will be the Coyotes. I'm thinking tomorrow on Thursday will be the Expos. And then Friday I can record the Islanders, so that Saturday you get the next Islanders episode. So I'm hoping that this week's content you'll get Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. Islanders yesterday, Coyotes today, Expos tomorrow, and then Islanders for Saturday. That's what I'm hoping for. That's my current plan. If you're looking over in the Discord server, link in the description. My monthly schedule is always kept as up-to-date as possible. There you go. Just have to add what game yet? NHL 24. Looking forward to seeing if that patches anything to simulation speed in NHL 25. That's what I want to see. Great. That now brings us to 1 minute away. So in 1 minute, we'll get started welcoming everybody in. Marco Kasper, he's got to wake up. If he's going to be the future second-line center, like the long-term second-line center of this team, yes, being a high 50-point player is nice. But in the playoffs, he's through 43 games in his career, he has 7 goals, 7 assists, 14 points. He's scoring in the postseason at a sub-30-point pace if it was over an 82-game season. When in the season, he's a 50-plus point guy. But in the playoffs, he's scoring at a rate of like 26, 27 points per 82 games. Negative 12, shooting at 9%. It's just not enough for Marco Kasper. But we're hoping he can turn it around and really take on a large role as second-line center on this team. Send out that tweet. There we go. I find it weird that game-tying goals is only listed as a playoff stat in this game. Yeah, that's a good point. Game-tying goals is a nice stat to have. But it only comes in the postseason. And the goaltending. Don't get me started on the goaltending, right? 2 goalies with sub 880 save percentages and 4.5, like 4.25 goals against average plus. I'm not sure what game it started. It hasn't been around that long game tying goals. Always only the playoffs, but it hasn't been around that long. So yes, we've passed the 5-minute mark. Thank you, everyone. Welcome in for this next episode in our Fantasy Draft Franchise Mode series with the Arizona Coyotes, the We're Not Leaving franchise mode. Here we are in 2027. Through our 4 seasons so far, we've won 1 President's Trophy, 1 Stanley Cup, but last year we got EA'd in the postseason as a 56-win team, losing in round 1 to the Blackhawks. Now, losing in round 1 as a President's Trophy winning team is kind of crazy, but it's not totally unheard of. What doesn't make any sense is that players and their scoring just totally dry up. Wu Mei, almost a 50-goal scorer, 1 goal, -6 in 6 games. Who else? Who's at the absolute bottom? Adam Boqvist, -9 on the regular season, +32. That stuff like that just kills me. Not the losing, it's the way in which we lose. Dylan Strome, 2 points, -5. Okay, this season it was a down year for him. Anthony Duclair, 1 goal, 2 points in 6 games. Bjorkstrand, 1 goal, 2 points, -4 in 6 games again. Yeah, -9 is crazy. Benson, Rantanen, Matthews, that was great. Matthews woke up a little bit. Still 3 goals in 6 games. That is a 41 goal pace over a season. He scored 67 on the year, shooting at 20.4%. Yet here he shoots at 11.5%. Still good, but yeah, just, I don't know what else I can say. Terrible performances. Dustin Wolf on the year, 905 save percentage. Playoffs, 876. So Dustin Wolf in the playoffs with us here in Arizona, now through 2 years, 11 appearances. They were a good team on paper. Yeah, that's why I'm not upset about losing to the Blackhawks. I'm upset that our players just turned into pumpkins. So Dustin Wolf through 11 appearances with us the last 2 years, 6-5-0, 870 save percentage, and 4.07 goals against average through 11 starts in 2 years. Vitek Vanacek, meanwhile, he's had a few more playoff appearances in his life, but if we look just at the Coyotes, it's 20 appearances, going 8-9-2, and better numbers, but yeah, his numbers this year were atrocious. So the goaltending was definitely off. I don't know what else to say about that. So, and actually one more thing I mentioned, if you hopped out of the 5-minute mark, you wouldn't have heard me say it. Sorry, not team stats, player stats. Marco Kasper, he's going to be signed on this episode as our long-term second-line center. 88 overall. We got him in the fantasy draft. We love Marco Kasper. If he can be a consistent 60-point guy in the future, that's okay for second-line center. But it doesn't make sense that in the season, in full 82-game seasons the last 2 years, he's been a 55 and up point player, mid-50s to high-50s point player. But in the playoffs, through 43 games, so a little over half a season, if you put that on a 82-game pace, he's on pace for less than 30 points a year. 7 goals, 7 assists, 14 points, -12 in 43 playoff games. Does not make sense to me that he's a 55, 57-point player, and then in the playoffs he's going to be like a 30-point player. For sure, yeah, 4 points in 6 games was fine. I'm just saying this postseason wasn't enough to convince me yet. It was good. 4 and 6 was fine. I'm saying historically he's been very bad, and this year he was okay. The -5 is what hurt me, I gotta be honest. But 4 and 6 is okay. I'm saying the bigger picture of things is, I'm not talking about what he's been, I'm saying what we hope he's going to be. So I hope that what we saw this postseason, at least for 4 points in 6 games, is more reflective of what he's going to be as we sign him to be our long-term second-line center. Because he's had some issues now, as we can see. As we can very clearly see. So, moving into this offseason, we have some draft thoughts, we have some contract thoughts. If you look at the draft class, actually the draft board first, perhaps. I'm also pulling up the comments from the last one. Draft boards, we pick at 28. Yeah, because winning the President's Trophy and then losing in the first round doesn't do anything. You still pick at 28, so what are you going to do? Comments from the last one, episode 11. Yes. So if I pull those up here on YouTube, yeah, some good thoughts. Mark saying, trade Bjorkstrand, Duclair, and Wolf and get a better goalie and free some cap space. Thank you, Mark. Steven left a comment saying, thanks for another interesting stream, although painful to watch. I would not be worried about it too much, though. This playoff run looked more... Hey, Sky, welcome to the stream. This playoff run looked much worse than a real state of this team. I would even say we're in a good position. However, there are a couple of challenges to tackle. Goalies underperforming again, and I would be thinking if we could get a third young and cheaper goalie, maybe in a... sorry, I'm going to pause here for Gen Z saying, and his first postseason was around the regular season pace at the time. He's only down Postseason was his second one. All right, you know what? If you want to have that more positive spin on things, I'm all for it. I'm not trying to make an argument to trade Casper. I'm just saying that's what he's been, and I'm looking forward to hopefully having him be a solid contributor to the offense moving forward. But I'll take that positive spin on things, Gen Z. Thank you. Back to Steven's comment. Goalies underperformed again, and I would be thinking if we could get a third young and cheaper goalie, maybe in a trade for Bjorkstrand, because Scott Ratzlaff will not be ready, I think, with his medium starter potential, currently at a 77 overall. One of our goalies needs to leave anyways because we want to get AHL time to Voinov, one of our medium elite prospects, will be joining the team. Casper has been behind our expectations so far, but I would still consider him an investment for the future. I agree. Young guys are often letdowns in the playoffs, but later in their career they know what needs to be done. Let's secure him for a long-term deal, but if his expectations are too high, we need to squeeze him through with the qualifying and resign. We'll see what happens. If we get him for a reasonable deal, we can still trade him in the future when someone else, like maybe Coyle or Geeky, pushes for his spot. Rodrigo Coyle, right? Roberto Coyle, I think that's what his name was, who we got in last year's draft. There is one thing we need to do now, or in the next year's offseason. We need to free up cap space for Johnny Gaudreau. And I would prefer to do it now because it gives us more chances to get him the cup. We can also trade him in the middle of the next season. That's also true. But whenever we decide to do so, we should get a chance to see Geeky on the third line, who can hopefully grow and get Strome out. That would help to free up the cap space to do so. Maybe Wolf, Vanacek, and Rounds. I could see that happening, Gen Z. I don't care about who it is. I just want performance. If he does not grow to 81 at least in the offseason, this is... sorry, we're talking about Coyle now. Coyle's also an option, but with his potential, I'd rather have him playing proper AHL minutes. No, sorry. Let me take that back. I'm misreading Steven's comment. Coyle... Maybe I should show you Coyle, too, because maybe I'm just talking in the air if you haven't been watching our series. Coyle is one of our unsigned prospects. Medium top 6 potential, 79 overall at 18 years of age. We drafted him 11th overall in last year's draft. Roberto Coyle. Yeah. So Roberto Coyle, this is what Steven's saying about him. He's an option, but with his potential, I'd rather have him playing proper NHL minutes on the third line and with some special teams minutes as well. If he does not grow to at least an 81 in the offseason, I'd rather let him play in juniors for another season and then not give him a contract yet, as we've done with similar players. If we get Johnny Gaudreau, it probably means one more player out, and for me, that might be Anthony Duclair. And even with him out, it still looks like we'd have more cap space to have to move. So we need to be able to save every penny if we want to get him on the top. And to top it off, we need to move some value out too. Okay, if we sacrifice some picks, it's a challenge to get Johnny Gaudreau, but we can do it. Another thing after that would be to get him the cup. Go Data, go Yotes. Thank you, Steven, and I'm glad your leg is feeling better, Sky. That's great news. Steven, and then finally going over to Gen Z McKenzie. Gen Z said, for contracts, I think you should re-sign Casper to a long-term deal. Zume, Geeky, Bichelle, and Johnson until the last year of their RFA eligibility, and then a few AHL guys if needed, plus the expiring unsigned prospects. Yes. For trades, I think you should trade Strome and Bjorkstrand because we need the cap space. They're paid too much for their role, and we have younger replacements for them. Trade them for picks in this draft. Speaking of the draft, we currently have picks XYZ, and my draft targets are XYZ. Let's go ahead and pin those right now. We won't always get all of them. Maybe we will, but we can't always get all of them. Green light on Duclair leaving, says Mighty Joe. So let's see. Sorting by Central Scouting. Gen Z likes Heatley at 29. We already have him pinned. Great. Griffin at 35. Already pinned. Kuhlman at 55. Already done. Cornette at 68. Already done. Great. Pham at 85. Great. McCollum at 95. Done. Cubis at 116. Done. Brophy, 147. I wonder if I already did this. Did Data of the Past already do this? And Peluso at 168. I'm saying, like, did I already come out, like, off episode? Did I already come and do all these? I must have. There you go. All pinned already. Lovely. With your first round pick, draft Heatley, then acquire pick 30, blah, blah, blah. So that's the draft plan with those guys having been pinned. We do not need anything in free agency as we can fill all of our needs internally. I think the lines could look something like this next season. Benson, Matthews, Rantanen on the first line. Bushnevich, Casper, May on the second line. Seneca, Geeky, Zume on the third. Duclair, Petrovsky, and Ylonen on the fourth. I pinned them last stream. Great. Depth 4 would be Madden. I think Coyle and Chimera would get more development with first line AHL time than they would being buried on the fourth line NHL. Yep. Defense, Byram Shady, Nemec Bokvist, Tuzolino Bichelle, depth being Ryan Johnson. Goalies, Wolf and Vanacek, and depth goalie is Ratzlaff. So thank you for those thoughts, Gen Z McKenzie. I could not agree more. The only thing that I will be questioning is could an unsigned prospect grow enough that they push their way onto the team? Because if we look at the forwards, as you just mentioned them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's our top 6 locked right there. Guaranteed, lock it in, that's our top 6. Bjorkstrand, Strome out. Duclair possibly out as well. So let's say that Duclair is out. That makes the third line of Dumais, Geekie, and you would hope Beckett-Seneca, who's a 79 overall. We've been waiting for him to grow for a while now. He was our 9th overall pick in 2024. So he would be getting third-line minutes to try and boost his growth a little bit. But if we are looking to get Johnny Gaudreau right now, that would be the third-line spot. So either Dumais or Seneca would not get third-line minutes if we brought in Johnny Gaudreau. Jordan Dumais played in 64 games, scored 23 points with -12. I don't think we should give up on him. He still has low lead potential. He's still 23 at 82 overall. I don't think we should give up on him. I think we should give him that ice time. And I think we can push the Johnny Gaudreau acquisition to maybe at least to the deadline. Maybe even a little bit further. But I think we can at least push it a little bit to the deadline and see what happens once we give the ice time to Seneca and Dumais. Are they able to cut it, or do we need to actually bring in that talent? I think that is what our plan will be. As I take a little sip here, any final off-season thoughts come in? Stay hydrated, and we'll move into the draft. Wait, no, it can't be. You broke your leg, you got better, and you broke your leg again. Same leg? Sky, buddy. Off the skateboards. So no picks in the top 5 are up for grabs, but pick number 6 is. So we can at least take a little look at that. Pick number 6 in the block. So this guy Thompson goes medium elite, first overall to the Blue Jackets. Whoa! The game took... So the Blue Jackets needed a defenseman, I suppose. Hey, just for curiosity, did you try trading for first overall? Like you do? No, I did not. But I don't think it would make sense, really, to be Stanley Cup champion. Not Stanley Cup, but President's Trophy winners trading for the first overall pick. If the Blue Jackets don't have it on the block, then it wouldn't make sense to go for it. So the Blue Jackets needed a defenseman, I suppose. They take the medium-elite two-way D first, and a medium... I've seen elite, I've seen high elite, I've seen higher overall go second, but medium franchise not go first? Whoa. Palin. Who's this? Billy Palin going second overall to the Canucks. That is wild. Nice. Bring him into our conference and division. That's lovely. Brandon Thompson. Then the Jets take medium elite Reagan. Bruin goes to the Ducks, and then Goulet to the Capitals. So who's on the next up here? Timo Huhtinen, Donovan Wesley, Tommy Salonen. No, I don't think it really makes sense for any of those guys in particular. Jorgen Davidson. Top 6, Bjorn Yar. At 28, I think it makes sense to just go for Heatley. Raymond Heatley. Low elite. 2 years away. No issues. No need to trade up. But do we want to use trade value to get another first-round pick? Maybe in the teens, you know? Like, would we really want Tommy Salonen, offensive defenseman who's 2 years away, similar to Sergei Gonchar? That could be something, actually. I didn't even think about that. Could we use trade value to trade for a guy in the teens, perhaps? Who are the medium top 6s here? Sergei Malkin, 2 years away. Quincy Genoway, 3 years away. You know? But none of these picks are up for grabs. We'd have to trade for 6, and then use 6 to reach for the guy at 8. Well, not reach, just go for the guy at 8. I don't think we do this, but I'm just curious about the trade value. Yeah, I don't think, it doesn't get... Bjorkstrand and Strome, we have to take a skater back and add a little bit more. I don't think so. It's interesting, but it's not really speaking to me. So, the Canadians go ahead and select Huhtinen, Devils. There you go. So, the medium top 4D, 67 overall, Tommy Salonen. To get him at 6th overall, no, I don't think it would have been worth it. No, I'm okay with that. I think it was the right call. Ferguson, blah, blah, blah. Let's go to pick number 28. Hodgson, Sergeyev, Logan Couture's son. Genoway and Malkin were there. Who else here? Yui was medium elite. Teuton, Wesley, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I think it's an easy pick for us here at 28, as we'll take Raymond Heatley from the USA East, 5'11", low elite playmaking centerman. 2 years away, and 66 points in 64 games in the U.S. development system. So let's head up to the podium. With the 28th overall selection in the 2027 NHL entry draft, the Arizona Coyotes... Oh, sorry, Gen Z. My speech got broken up. Did Malkin go to Pittsburgh? Sergei Malkin was the one who got drafted. I'm not sure if it was Pittsburgh. We'll go back. Sorry, I pulled a Carey Price. With the 28th overall selection in the 2027 NHL entry draft, the Arizona Coyotes are proud to select from the U.S. development system, Raymond Heatley. Welcome to Arizona, Bello. You are 67 overall, low elite. No problem with me when a medium top 9 62 goes right before. Low elite, 67 overall. Raymond, welcome to Arizona. Playmaking centerman, and we'll see what happens with his growth with that low elite potential. Okay, there. Brendan Moore, medium top 6D goes next. There's that German forward we were thinking about. And then into the next round. Okay, so here at the beginning of round 2 now. 33rd overall. What are we looking at? Do we go for Griffin? Stephen Griffin, 17 years old, 1 year away. That could be interesting. I think he's the guy, yep. There's also Mason Owen, but Griffin is going to be the guy. And the Jets do want to trade their pick. That's great news. So, Winnipeg, who can I trade to you? Who goes to Winnipeg? Is it going to be Bjorkstrand or Strome? What do they need more? A center or a wing? Now they have Bedard, Suzuki. Yeah, they don't need a centerman. The wing makes more sense. Okay, so just straight up, maybe I'll try to get something back. But Bjorkstrand's a great player. He signed on for 4 more years. It's not an issue at all for Winnipeg. They'll be happy to take him on. Second and a sixth just for funsies? No. Just a second straight up then. Rejected. Doesn't make particularly well. Okay. Could I throw in... We're keeping all the goalies, yes. Could I throw in Duclair? And I take something back. They don't want Duclair. It says they want Strome, but they don't really want Strome, I know. So I'll give you Bjorkstrand and Duclair. I know, that says they want Strome, but they have already 3 centers. I guess I could put Suzuki on the wing. Maybe we should give them Strome then. Alright, it says you want... So I'm going to go by what your wants are. I'll give you Strome. Maybe that gets the trade done since it's a player that they want, actually. Strome... Hey, there you go! Great, so we don't have to add any value. Okay. So I think it's odd, but it works. I'm happy to accept this proposal on behalf of the Winnipeg Jets, and we consider it a done deal. Thank you, Winnipeg. Dylan Strome, thank you for your service here in Arizona. And then immediately on the trade block. What a joke. I hate this game. Dylan Strome, thank you for your service in Arizona. Last 2 seasons played. Yeah, we got him from Chicago. Yeah, he wasn't an original pick, so we got him from Chicago. 2.5 seasons played, I should say. 30, so 94, 124, plus 132 points in 2.5 years as a Coyote. 1 Stanley Cup ring. Thank you, Dylan Strome. Good luck in Winnipeg, and thank you for everything that you provided here. Some stability and some leadership to this team that got its first Stanley Cup. Now, with the 33rd overall selection, we'll go ahead and select Stephen Griffin from the U.S. development system. 2-way, or it could be a defensive D. 6'4" at 17 years of age and 1 year away. Whatever his overall is. 75 overall! Let's go! Now, will he ever grow? Let's get a brand new player. Next minute later, you're on the block. Yep, exactly. You're on the block, Bello. Stephen Griffin, yes, also has the in-reverse superstar ability. 3-star defense. Usually, NHL-ready guys never grow. Will a 1 year... hold on, let me rephrase that. NHL-ready 18, 19-year-olds don't seem to grow. Could a 1 year away 17-year-old grow? I guess we'll find out. But I don't mind that selection, even if he doesn't grow more than a third-pair guy. 75 overall at 17 out of the draft. That is doable. Might never grow, but at least he's not NHL-ready. That seems to be cursed. He's 1 year away. Now, who's up next? Do we go for any of these other guys? Terry Tapper. We already have a few centers in our system now. Low elite, Donald Binnington. No, probably Kuhlman next. Griffin, the next Jalen Ramirez. Oh, that could be a good call there, Gen Z. Data, you get really unlucky with NHL-ready players. I've drafted NHL-ready, and they've turned into good players for me. Some have, but it seems more often than not with me that they haven't. Artem Kuhlman at 55, and our next pick's at 60, so we'll have to trade up a little bit. So 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53. All right, we'll trade for 53 from the Rangers. Oh, sorry, no, it's 52. I must have miscounted somewhere. 52 for the Rangers. I'll give you 60. Yeah, I'll give you 60. And can I give you welcome back Anthony Duclair? Do you want Duclair? Yeah, you do want Duclair. And then I'll take something back. Duclair. 60 and Duclair to the Rangers in exchange for 52 and what, a third next season? Give a seventh? I don't know. I think we can take back value. A second and a seventh for us. No. We're trading up 8 picks. I'm giving you Anthony Duclair. At $2.725 million, that's a great contract for 2 more years. 8 points in 20 games with us. And then 2 points in 6 games in the playoffs. Yeah, bye-bye. Now, Duclair has to leave. We have no spot for him in the lineup. That's why. We have no room in the lineup. Duclair and a second for a second this year and a third next year. Trade accept. Not to. Okay, great. I will take that happily. I guess we could have gotten some more trade value, but I am happy to just call it a fair deal. Trade for something else? No, we have nothing else we want to trade for. All we need is draft picks right now, and we still have Bjorkstrand to trade out as well. If you want to trade for something else, so at pick 52, we'll go ahead and take Kuhlman now. Medium elite, 5 years away. No, 2 years away. Ooh, 2 years away. This could be something. This could be very juicy. Artem Kuhlman, 18 years of age, from Russia. He's a 71 overall medium elite sniper with 3-star shooting. Whoa! Get ready to start chanting Artem Kuhlman's name. Wow. Bjorkstrand. I know Bjorkstrand's great, but there's no room for him in the lineup. That's the problem with Bjorkstrand. We need to call up Seneca and Zume. Wow. Love that selection right there for Artem Kuhlman. Kuhlman, the next Magnus Backman, calling it again. Look at that lore from Gen Z. I love it. Number 22, that's my number. Nice call, doggy. 2-2s never lose, baby. Whoever wears number 22 on a data team is special. So we could look at Ty Osgood, low top 6. Valentenko, low top 6. Oh no, we want to go for Braden Cornet. 5 years away, medium elite. At 68. And our next pick is at 92. So 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64. Let's go for the first pick of the third round. 65. Yeah, we can get... Well, 65 should be okay. 60... Why am I miscounting? 66. 92 for 66? Or keep just Bjorkstrand and get picked straight up. They don't want Bjorkstrand, though. Maybe there's a team with prospects on the block that we could trade with for Bjorkstrand. So how about 92 and... That won't be enough, because they don't even want the picks. Maybe. 92 and 198? Trade accepted. Love it. That's how it should be. Thank you. So now in next year's draft, we have a first, a second, 2 thirds, 4th, 5th, 6th. Okay, just recapping that. Great. Thank you, Anaheim. And at pick 66, we'll take the medium elite. Don't mind if I do. Thank you kindly. From Denmark, 5 years away. Oh, sorry, no, from Norway. Not Denmark, from Norway. 53 overall, medium elite. Not horrible. Not like a 40-something overall. 53. Low, but not the lowest. A sniper as well. Braden, welcome to the team. Next pick at 124. Who are our pin players between now and then? There's still, we want Tham, eh? Theo Tham, the goalie. Our one goalie from this draft class. Unless we pass on the goalie, because we already got Voinov last year. Maybe we pass on the medium league goalie, because we already got one last season. There's also McCollum. Brock McCollum. 5 years away, medium top 6. We just got a 5-year away medium elite. How many picks do we have left? Three picks left. Marchand got traded to Vancouver within the game. Good catch again. Stokes, low top 4. So we have 3 more picks. Eileen, Peluso, Holmqvist, Brophy. Get some defensemen in the system. I might like. Anybody have any? Would anyone object to going Brophy, Holmqvist, Peluso for the last 3 picks? Yes, there's a gem, but 5-year away gems. We just got a 5-year elite. Theo Tham, yes, he's medium elite, but we can get medium elites every draft. And we just got one last year. And we have to trade up, and we have to trade 2 of our picks to get 1 more. So instead of making 3 more picks, we have only 2 more picks. Laurent, welcome to the stream. 3 gems left. And there's one more, a stone. Yes, good catch. Nicholas Stone. Honestly, gems don't really mean anything necessarily. So 147 would be the closest. We sim to pick 124. Yeah. Okay, so sim to pick 124. The thing about Cubis is that we already drafted a couple centers, and like if there's any position we have some prospect depth of, it's centerman. Where are those guys? Here, Tham. So Tham was 58 overall medium elite. McCollum was 51 overall medium top 6. I'd rather think, we got a 53 medium elite. So I also add in a 51 medium top 6 if we have to trade up for them. And we do need defense. Cubis was 47 overall medium top 6. That's why. No, I think it was okay to pass on him. Super off topic, but Data, favorite Christmas movie? If you have many, any 1 or 2 will do. Thank you, Money Joe. Great question. I love questions like that. That is very tough. That is very tough. My question back to you is, what qualifies as a Christmas movie? Do Christmas specials count? Like Charlie Brown Christmas, stuff like that? Or are we talking purely movies? So 124, we can take Brophy at 147? Or should we trade down and try to squeeze something from Detroit? I don't know. Absolutely, great. Oh man, that's a tough question. Even harder question. Christmas Story and Nightmare Before Christmas, pudding like that. I like probably a lot of things go back to like really the childhood stuff. Like I'm talking Winnie the Pooh Christmas. I'm talking Charlie Brown Christmas, The Grinch, Mr. Bean. What's upsetting me is that there's stuff I'm going to be missing out, and I'm not happy about that. Yeah, where I trade Berths, thank you. That's what comes to mind right away. Movies, Elf is always a classic. Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger is great. So I'll just take our guy. Forget trading down. I'll just take Brophy. Dan Brophy. Low Elite, 48 overall. Jim Carrey Grinch. I don't know if I'm a huge Jim Carrey Grinch guy. Make it a weekly question. Yeah, go ahead. Make it a weekly question. Hear what? What are you saying? Okay, Brophy's on board. Great. Sorry for the delay. That's what happens in live stream sometimes. You get these questions going, and that's what happens. It's okay. It's live entertainment. Kent Peluso, low elites on board. Oh, an Elf. Oh, Home Alone, good one too. Now the question is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Frederick Holmquist, 5 years away. Offensive defenseman, we'll see what happens with him in the system. So he didn't end up trading down for anybody. Yeah, 52 overall, low top 4. And there you go. That's the draft. So now last thing we got to do is trade Bjorkstrand. Someone refresh the clock. I've never seen Christmas Shoes, but there's a song Christmas Shoes that's very emotional. Christmas music would be a whole nother category. Big Christmas guy, though. Love Christmas. Me and Desor both love... I mean, it's not like it's crazy to say that, but we both love Christmas. My family, too. We've always been a big Christmas advent calendar, stuff every day. Growing up homeschooled, that was also a big thing. When every day was a new activity, a new Christmas activity. It was always super fun. Christmas is fantastic. And, of course, it's... sorry, sorting by overall. And so important for beyond just the family and beyond the good feelings and the vacation and all the great things that come with Christmas. Just such... So I'm trying to read comments and speak about Christmas and think of movies at the same time. The greatest gift of all. with the birth of Jesus. So, what's up, Data? Oh, hey, Jones, welcome to the stream. Sorry, I'm going to get through this. I'm not thinking Christmas until I get through these trade blocks, okay? Now I'm committing. Here we go. Slavens on the trade block. Boston, Couture, Beauvillier, Gourde, Greenway. Buffalo. We got nothing really on the block there that interests me. Graves, Trouba. No, I'm looking for prospects. I'm looking prospects. Yeah, okay, can't retail. I understand why. Rekoff, Hellenius, 2 prospects here that could be something-ish. Colorado, Darnell Nurse. Columbus, okay, so here are some prospects in Columbus. Poirier, Sweeney, Virgilio. I always say that. I always say it the same way. Villeneuve, Jekko. Okay, some prospects in Columbus. Dallas, Montour, Pareko, Nylander, Patty Kane. Ryan Pulock in Detroit. Edmonton, nobody. Florida, Pellick. Yeah, these are all roster players, though. I'm looking for prospects. Maybe I should sort by trade value then, if we're looking at prospects. Canadians, Predators, Devils, no. Islanders, no. Rangers, not really. This guy Palmieri, 65 at 19. Johnny Palmieri, defensive defenseman, 6'5", Johnny Palmieri. Ottawa, Philadelphia. This guy Williams, Lawrence Williams, playmaking left winger, 22nd overall pick last year. Lawrence Williams. San Jose, Seattle. St. Louis, Tampa Bay, Toronto. Some prospects here. No, we're not drafting. It's not our pick. Baudouin, hold on. Yeah, we were. I remember looking at Johnny Palmieri at one point. In NHL 25, if you go to offer trade after you get kicked out, it brings you back the same trade you were on. It's fantastic. Some good prospects we were just looking at here, though. Where was it? Tampa? Hold on. Evgeny Malkin at 40 years of age. Here, Baudouin here in Toronto. Baudouin. Cole Baudouin. 17th overall pick in 2024. I wouldn't say it's really difficult, no. Between NHL 24 and 25 due to navigational differences, no. I do have... There's some times in 25 in the menu where I'm having a few issues, but 24 is still no issues for me. Yeah, tell me about it, Jones. Viti Väisänen. Who's this guy? Enlund. Defensive defenseman. 67 overall, medium top 4. Okay. Vancouver. Vegas? No. Washington. Winnipeg. Strome, of course. Wait. Yes. Okay. I thought we hadn't traded Dylan Strome to Winnipeg for a second. Where was that team with more of the prospects? Exactly. Tell me about it. Okay, so in Chicago, we saw a few names here. Rekoff, as well as Hellenius and Valiquette. Pascal Valiquette. Their first-round pick last year. I could see Pascal Valiquette being something interesting. 6'4", two-way forward. Good old French-Canadian boy. Pascal Valiquette. But they don't want Bjorkstrand, so how does the value actually look? Welcome all 18 of you to episode number 12, the 2027 off-season, draft and off-season, for our Fantasy Draft Franchise Mode series with the Arizona Coyotes. Bjorkstrand for Valiquette straight up. I might send them this. They are buyers, and they don't want Bjorkstrand, so I won't ask for value back. Valiquette for Bjorkstrand straight up. What do you think about this trade, everyone? Is this getting the green light? That gives us a nice little 12 million or so for the re-sign phase and all that. Doggy gives it the green light. Get a bit more, says Gen Z. Maybe you can swap a little pick or something. We're about to get kicked out. That's the thing. They only have a 7th next year. How about I take a 5th for a 7th next year? A 5th for a 7th. Trade accepted. We'll do that. All right, great. 5th for a 7th. Add a little bit of value. Just a little pick swap next season. And thank you very much, Chicago. Oliver Bjorkstrand off to the Chicago Blackhawks. What's your biggest gripe with NHL 25 or too soon to tell? My biggest gripe with NHL 25... I wouldn't say it's too soon to tell, but I haven't gone deep enough to really have a comprehensive understanding of the mode yet in franchise mode. It might just, yeah, Landon, it might just be not even the mode itself. It just might be how slow it is. It's almost unplayable. And I say that having been someone who's gone through years of pain in the menus, it's almost unplayable. That's how slow the menus and the speed of simulation are. It is unbearable. So you know what? I will say that. I was trying to think about something with the mode and the contracts and the conversations, but no, the speed and the lag have to be number one. Oh, there you go. That's funny. Funny coincidence there, Mighty Joe. So Oliver Bjorkstrand, we acquired him the season and a half ago. 21 points in 40 games, helps us to our first Stanley Cup in franchise history, scoring 22 points in 27 games. And now, the season after that, 32 and 82. It's tough. Then 2 points in 6 games. It feels like you're back on the PS4. No, yeah, I am on this. Sorry, I misunderstood what you were saying. Yes, it feels even worse, possibly, than being back on the PS4. And tying the real-life coaches to EA's new roster is also annoying. I understand why, but it's annoying. Okay, so there you go. We moved out those 3 pieces in Bjorkstrand, Duclair, and Strome. We bring in some nice prospects in Heatley, Griffin, Kuhlman, Cornette, Brophy, Peluso, and Holmqvist. We free up the cap space for the re-sign phase. We got some picks for next season as well. I'll call it a success. Yeah. That is bad. I know. Yes, it is. I don't know if it's as... Yeah, but I feel like I'm not... how do I find your custom rosters in the mix? Go ahead and search for data. D-A-T-A. You should be able to find it. If you're playing on the PlayStation 5 version. Xavier. I think it is that bad. Speed-wise. Back on the good old PS4. Let's go re-sign some scouts. Chris Stahl. Eric Jordan and... Jason's and Mark's father. Sure, we can look at the activity feed, no problem. There's a few scouts more to resign here. Rick Spooner. There we go. Okay, didn't even know there was a search option to set it. Hey, perfect. My pleasure. Glad that can help you for finding my roster and for also being able to find other rosters in the future. My pleasure. All right, start of the re-sign phase. Here we go. So Gen Z just wanted to see any trades. My oldest son's first name, I call him X for short. Oh, that's cute. I love that. Love that pudding. Okay, so Brad Marchand, a third from Dallas for a second. Colton Sissons to Detroit. Pierre Engvall to Detroit. Just picks being traded. Picks. And that's it. There you go. Resign phase. Let's break out the old calculator. It's not NHL 25 anymore. Hey, who's watching my stream here? Someone in my fantasy hockey league just picked up Oliver Bjorkstrand. Someone's stream sniping me. Okay, let's break out the calculator. Here we go. So, all expiring. Here we go, starting with Marco Kasper, the big one. He wanted something like 5x6 about. The day you advocate for an NHL game is the day I'll buy one again. And that day will come. I have no problem advocating for... I would be over the moon to tell you, run out to your local stores and open up the PlayStation Store, whatever it is, and go buy NHL. I would be over the moon to say that. I'm not at that point yet. That day might come. You never know. Data, when are we getting some more data lore again? Hey, ask your questions. Ask your questions. Okay, so, claimed after you traded him, that's what they think of your GMing data. Claimed after you traded him. I guess so, huh? They just disrespected me like that. So, do we go for the 5-year deal, which would, at 6.775, 85%, do we go 5 years at 5.8 about? Or do we push it for a long-term 8-year deal, and we'd be paying him 6.5, like 6.55. It would be 6.5, yeah, 6.55 for 8 years. How many years? He could go 3 more years as an RFA, actually. Do we go 3 more years as an RFA? 6.625. So here's my actual question. 3 years to stay as an RFA at 5.6, or 8 years at $1.2 million More, yeah, only 900K more, but to get 5 more years, I think the 8-year extension makes the most sense. The salary cap is now over 100 million. We have the cap space. I think 8 years makes sense for Marco Kasper. I would be more inclined to bridge him if we didn't already have 3 seasons with him. Like, we already know who Marco Kasper is. He's already our second-line center. We're not really questioning anything about him. We know who he is. We know what his production is, and we're happy to lock him in as he is. We're not kind of questioning, okay, will you grow? Will you be that guy? Here's your number. You've been a solid second-line player. Here's $6.5 million for 8 years to continue being that kind of player. The other question, when you began Club Penguin, why 782 instead of Data 22, your favorite number? Great question. At that time, I don't think 22 was my favorite number. I think I was like 6 or 7 when I started Club Penguin. So I don't think I was really thinking. I just typed in data, I believe, and the game probably prompted me with why, like, data not available, but how about one like this, 782. I remember on RuneScape, my penguin was data, my person on RuneScape was data 462. So I'm not sure why I turned to 782. I couldn't really tell you, but the numbers just stuck and it became a part of my persona. So I'm happy to keep it. So we'll do 8 years and see what Kasper says. Isn't it funny how sports gaming became so serious compared to the days of Super Tecmo Bowl and Baseball Simulator 1000? Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, my brother still plays OSRS. Yeah, Club Penguin came out in the early 2000s. Okay, so Jordan Zumay's up next. 3 years, yeah, bridging him until the year before RFA. Sorry, till the year before UFA probably makes more sense on Jordan Zumay because he's the guy that we're really waiting to figure out on. The original RuneScape devs just released a game called Brighter Shores. Really? The guys at Jagex? Really? Cool. I gotta look into that. 1.825, so 1.55 pretty much. 1.575 for 3 years on Jordan Zumay to see if he grows at all. Fingers crossed. Next on Connor Geeky. We can go 3 years on him as well. Yeah. 1 point. So same contracts for Geeky and Zumay, as they'll both get similar ice time. We'll see what happens. 3 years at 1.1 on Connor Geeky. Tyler Madden stays 13th forward. It's a bit expensive. Yolonen, same thing. Yolonen was a surprise for us. He actually became like a full-time fourth liner. 23 points in 69 games. He looked good. I was proud of him. I'm not sure. Who else here? Sorry, I'm going to go back to the top. So blah, blah, blah. Chimera. Yeah, he's going to get his UFA. As ELC, sorry, I should say. Can't wait for Black Friday. Working at Best Buy is going to be... Oh, boy. Good luck. For me at the movie theater, it was always March Break Tuesday. Geeky, Wrangler's Legend in the Dynasty League, yes. Austin says, are we ever getting a Club Penguin return on the channel? I've done Club Penguin actually quite a bit in the past. I know it's been a little while, but like maybe like 3.5, 4 years ago, I did return to the island, playing on Club Penguin Rewritten, one of the private servers. And before that, before Club Penguin closed, I did a bunch of Club Penguin stuff in 2017. Kind of before I went into doing franchise mode, it was kind of like a, hey, I'm back. Because I did a ton of Club Penguin like 10 years ago plus. More than 10 years ago. And I came back in 2017 to do some more. Who's this guy? Casey Bruce, 4th round pick. We can get him. So yes, would we ever get more Club Penguin? I'd be happy to do more Club Penguin, no problem. Bedrick Smolinac, 4th round pick. Welcome aboard, low top 4D. Gustav Nyquist. I think we already have good depth already. But he does want a 2-way contract, which is very interesting. He wants a 2-way deal. Meanwhile, Madden and Yolonen want million plus, right? I'll wait on them. RFAs now. Austin, love to hear it. So many good memories. Yes. Yes. I can talk about Club Penguin all night long. Let's just make sure we have room for him first. That's what I'm saying, doggy. Okay, so Kasper, Zumay, Geeky have their contracts. Bichel's going to continue as a full-time NHLer. Well, same thing for him. Yeah, 3 years on Bichel as well. 1.225. We can bring him down to 1.05. We should be able to. Ryan Johnson, 2 ways fine with me. Yeah, 1 year, 2-way, 800K. That's okay. Graham Clark, medium top 9. Do we need him or no? Wait, I don't know if we need him in the AHL. Sakura, for sure. Sakura. I'm gonna go 2 years. I'm gonna go 2 years on him. Why not? Show a little commitment. Lilleberg's gonna walk. 7th D. Lundmark 7th D is gonna walk. Robertson, he's been with us for a couple of years. Is that's not? Yeah, he's been with us since the beginning, Matthew Robertson. But he will now sadly walk. Prokop could stay. 1 more year on Prokop. 1.2 million. We qualify. Goodbye. Vidson, who's this? Connor Vidson. Medium top 9. Landon, there you go. Landon's buddy Landon. Axel Landon. In French, it'll be Landin. I forgot to destroy him, Prokop. Remind me. And for the goalies, just Voinov needs his entry-level contract. Voinov, medium elite, 2nd round pick in 2025. Goalie of the future. We put a lot of stock into him with a very high draft pick. Really, I don't remember that. I'll have to go and search it up. Okay, let's advance today. Let's get the scouts signed on. Let's get the big contracts signed on, and leave us with the little ones to see what is left to do. Easy decisions for everybody not interested with Marco Kasper. Geeky, Bichelle, Dumais, Sakura, Chimera, Bruce, Smolinac, Voinov, all on board. Great. So back to all expiring. Oh, I see. Okay, Tyler Madden, 1.45 million. Channel legend Tyler Madden. We should probably get Kasper done before anything, though. You know what? I'm not going to do anything until Kasper's signed. So 8 years. Now we want 7.7 for 8 years. Wasn't it less? 6.545. So I will give you 6.575. Okay, 6.6. There you go. Ah, classic. Nothing new there. Don't worry about it. 8 by 6.6. Let's try that on Marco Kasper. A little bit more just to squeeze him a little higher. If not, we can qualify him and wait till July 1st. Because I'm not going to play games. Okay, goodbye to Marco Kasper. We will sign him on July 1st once his AI brain changes. So 15.435 minus 6.6, which we'll sign him for. That leaves us with 8.835 to take care of everybody else. UFA. So Nyquist, all right, we'll do it. We'll do it for Nyquist. 2-way deal. Let him retire. Be a depth guy. Who knows if he'll play in the NHL, but why not? 950K for 1 year. Ylonen was great, but I'm not sure there's really room for Ylonen. I think we can only sign one of Madden or Ylonen. Because if you look at the main roster, look at the forwards, starting by overall 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, let's try it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, Geeky 8, 9 Seneca. Now the fourth line, Ylonen, Madden, Clark, Petrovsky. You know, we might have room. The fourth line might be open enough. The fourth line might be open enough. So I'm going to offer contracts to both Madden and Ylonen, I think. And then Nyquist could be 13th forward. Instead of having Coyle and Chimera play on the fourth line. So 1.45 for channel legend Tyler Madden. Let's get him to 1.25. Yeah, we have enough cap space for both, so why not? 1.25 for Madden, and 1.475, 1.275 on Ylonen. RFA's Clark. We'll let Clark walk. I like Afanaseyev a lot. He's always been a classic guy in simulations. I love Igor Afanaseyev. He seems to sim like pretty well in the AHL. But I'm going to wait and see if we find better people in free agency instead of a low bottom 6 player. Kiskinen, 77 at 21, I can do that. 77 at 21, I can do. We'll wait until we see how the lineup looks to start the season, doggy. Then you can think about bribing. Vidson, 73 at 22. We don't have a lot in our system, so I suppose we can keep him for 1 year. And the goalies are good, correct? Yes. All right, let's advance another day. Easy decisions for everybody. Okay, Nyquist said no, and so did, what's his name? Doggy tears across. Jack, haven't seen you in here in too long, buddy. Welcome aboard. Madden and Nyquist both want more. I did. I did, doggy. You know that meme? Who asked? Then like someone comes from the sky? I did. That's me. Let's try 1 year 1.4 on Madden since we have the money. And Nyquist, I'll give you exactly what you're asking for. Advance today. Between players competing for a spot, okay? And easy decision for Tyler Madden. Good. Okay, Nyquist, buddy, I don't know what I can do for you. If he doesn't want to sign with us, he doesn't want to sign with us. The max I can give him on a two-way deal is 1 year, 1 million. If he doesn't want that, then I can't do anything for you, buddy. No. I feel I better be suited to a team without so many players competing for playtime in my position. So Nyquist, I gotta let you walk then, unless I give you a one-way deal. And John Ludwig, I can qualify you. I'm gonna wait and see what happens with John Ludwig. Let's go one. We have the money to go one way on Nyquist. Just for you, doggy. 1 year at 1.1 million. One way on Nyquist. We have the money that I don't need to play games with letting him walk and then get him later. And easy decision. There you go. You're welcome, doggy. Okay, it's now July 1st. So who's expiring now? So Austin Matthews will need a contract. Do we give him his contract today? 8 by 2. Yes. Yes. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. 67 goal Austin Matthews. 12.775. We can even get it down as far as 10.85. That's too crazy, though. What's fair? Let's think about a fair number for Austin Matthews. What did he get signed for in the real world? Matthews, Puckpedia. What's his contract again? Oh, yeah? Who could it be? 13.25, right? Yeah, 13.25 is his real world contract. But in this universe, he's the captain of a Stanley Cup winning team. 13.25. I think we got to go 13.5. And I'm surprised it's not 18 million. Yes, we're giving him more than he's asking for. Oh, the tax difference. Ah, Gen Z, this is why I keep paying you, man. How about 8 by 13 then? 8 by 13 on Austin Matthews for a 96 overall, 67 goal scorer who won last year. He won how much hardware last year? Hart, Ted Lindsay, Rocket Richard, everything. 8 by 13 I think is fair, but I'm willing to listen to the AGM thoughts here. He wants that hometown discount. I could give him even 12.775. I don't think we go 85% though. Remember, the cap is also over 100 million. The cap is 100.59 million. So I think 13 is fine, having considered that the cap is like 12 million more than the real world, where he's getting paid 13.25. Let's just do it. 8 by 13 on Austin Matthews. Think about it. Get back to me, buddy. Marco Casper, now this is July 1st. Has your AI brain changed? Yes, it has. Now you want 8 at 7.225. So let's get the calculator back out again. 7.225, 85% is 6.14. So let's go at 6.35. Let's not cheese it too much, because we're using July 1st a little bit. 8 years at 6.35. Instead of like the 6.5 we were thinking about. You didn't play your hand right, now you lose $150,000 a year. Alright, Marco Casper. And goalies, there you go. Yeah, and Ludwig Eriksson wanted 22 million. Good old Ludwig. Okay, in free agency, any interesting names in free agency? Kulikov, who's this? Let me look at UFAs, starting by overall. Not a ton, not a ton. Zach had an 88. Novak, Lehkonen, Pesci, Bunting, Kraus, Coleman. Not a lot, really, in free agency that interests me at all. Goalies, Bobrovsky at 38. It's an 86 overall. Starting by potential. Low elite, who's this guy? Blatter. Steven Blatter. Stefan Blatter? Steven Blatter. Goalies we're okay for. But in this rest of our system for all skaters, anyone who's younger? Stranges. What if I look at two-way? Sorry, my potential for two-way guys. Here we go. Who's younger than 25? Who's Ekholm? Kalle Ekholm is medium top 9. No, so he's really not anything. Jordan Gustafsson. What does our system need? Let's think about that first. What does our system need? Good old Ludwig Eriksson. Data 72 Hall of Fame nominee. I gotta get going on that Data 72 Hall of Fame. I've been so swamped. But I gotta put that next Data 72 Hall of Fame induction ceremony video up. So forwards in the system. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Valley is playing in the... He's not in the AHL, he's in juniors. So that's true, eh? Yeesh. So you need, we need some forwards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. 7, 8. Yeah, we need some forwards. Yeah, Slim hasn't come into a stream in a little while. Anyone who's young-ish. Or have to keep going by sorting by two-way. Probably again. Okay, so let's just get some guys for the system, I suppose. Stranges. Antonio Stranges. Neil Gushin. We'll throw Ekholm now. 54 overall now. Gustafsson. Medium top 9, young enough. I care more about the age. Oh, there's Slim. We were just talking about Slim. There's Slimmy. Slimmy boy. Noah Cashman. Oh, Slimmy. What about defense? What do we need in the AHL for defense? So in the system, so this is going to be our 7 right here. Visit Baton Rouge. Baton Rouge, yeah. All right, so Ludwig can probably get signed. John Ludwig, yeah, as long as he wants a two-way deal, I'm fine. So John Ludwig will sign on. So Ludwig Allen, 1 and 2. Prokop Landon, 3 and 4. Then Leonard, Smolnak. One more for depth, then. One more defenseman for depth. Hey, Slimmy boy, there he is. Hey, Slimmy. I told you stop calling Slimmy. Free agency. Was he called in, or was that just coincidence? Sorry, two-way defense. Baton Rouge, baby. Baton Rouge. Kudryavtsev, who we had in the Canucks series. Why not? Throw him in. That's probably it for free agency. Could have pulled the Boston Bruins by signing Matthews to 85% of his asking price. Yeah, maybe. But I think 13 million is already 85% of what his asking price should have been. Because really, the asking price should have been like 16, 17, 18 million. And we would have been crying to please get it down to 14. But we're lucky to get it to 30. I think that's already the discount. No relatives in Louisiana, sorry to say. So I think that's it, right, everybody? I think that's it here on July 1st. Maybe just sign some new scouts. But I think that's it. Sorry, hire scouts. Some B-rated scouts. So who do we have in our system already? Then we'll see what our lines look like to start next season. Our worst scout is C-rated for Extra Liga. Anyone good at Extra Liga? Where's Extra Liga? D-. Anyone good in Extra Liga? B. I need at least A in Extra Liga. A-. This guy is C, so never mind. We'll keep our scouts. So no need to change the scouts. Our coaches are fine as well. Right, yeah, I'm shocked they only wanted 12 million. So there you go. There's the hometown discount. That is very shocking. 96 overall. All those awards won. 67 goals. Crazy. So we'll start sending to next season. Maybe just last thing. The draft. What's it called? The strength, the draft, whatever, generated prospect, blah, blah, blah. So this past year was a medium-high draft. Let's see. Random number 1 to 100. So for the draft class quality, we'll say 1 to 20 is low, 21 to 79 is medium, and 80 to 100 is high. Random number 1 to 100, we get 92. So draft class quality will be high, but the generated prospect quality, 58, will be medium. So instead of a medium-high draft, we're getting a high-medium draft. So next year will still be a strong draft. Very good. Okay, and I think we can sim to next season now. I feel like there's something we're missing. We went through July 1st went so quickly, but let's start sitting to next season and see what pops our way. Antonio Stranges is on board. John Ludwig is on board. Qualifying offer. Blah, blah, blah. Kudryavtsev, Gushin, Gustafsson. Great. Easy decision for Austin Matthews to renew. That's great news. Marco Kasper rejects. Okay, so back to Marco Kasper. Back to the drawing board on him. I'm not sure why he's holding out so much. Yes, Goudreau. Yeah. So 7.2 for, 7.2, 85%, 6.12. So I'm willing to give you 8 by 6.5. We tried 6.6 already, so I'm trying to give you 8 years at 6.5, which is 90.27%, like 90.3% of your asking price. Let's go, Casper. Don't be crazy here. Prokop, you woke up? Yes, you did. Thank you. I think we're good to go. Yeah, we're saving big money on Byram, on May, on Nemeth. We have some crazy good contracts here. We got to try and win while the window's open here. The window's open still. Probably 2030. The 2030 Cup run's going to be our final chance with this core, probably. May, Nemeth, Shady, Dumais, Geeky. Oh boy, they're going to all need contracts. I just want to make sure on the forwards we're good to go. Why are you retracting every single message you're sending, Slim? You didn't say anything crazy. You said nothing bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Casper. 7, 8, Seneca, 9. Fourth line, Madden, Ylonen, Nyquist, Petrovsky. Yeah, probably Petrovsky with Nyquist as 13th forward. Yeah, that makes sense. I think we're okay. Casper, buddy, sign that contract, my friend. Sign on that dotted line. Mulling over, good. And still rejecting. What? What is your problem, Marco Casper? I'm still going to offer him about what he's looking for. So 6.55 with his ask at 7.15. I'm now offering him 91.6% of his asking price. This is the last one. If he really wants 4 years, we're going to 4 years. Or even 3 years. We might go down, keep him as an RFA. But I really want him for 8 years, so I'm going to try one last shot at 6.65. That is 93% of his ask. 6.65 for 8 years on Marco Kasper is my final offer for an 8-year deal. If no, then we're going to have to do something shorter term. Make a decision, buddy. Come on now. You can do it. Yes or no. 4 days. Whoa! Marco Kasper offer sheet. Now this is a rare occurrence, ladies and gentlemen. Marco Kasper offered 4 by 6.49 from the Calgary Flames, and our compensation would be a first and a third if we say no. This is very rare. So if we look at Marco Kasper, yeah, this is very rare. First, let's say remind me in the 6 days first. And I want to go look at the Flames situation. So he rejects again. Let's go look at the Flames contract situation and their team as a whole. They are conservative sellers. Now he can't trade his rights once he's been qualified, Landon. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, this is not a very good team here in Calgary. This is not a very good team for the Flames. Russ is 35. He's going to be aging. Yeah, but then who's our second-line center, doggy? That would be a big problem. We just traded Dylan Strome out. I think we gotta match it. That first is super valuable. Joe Pavelski's here at 43 years of age? That's crazy. Wow, look at you. Look at Joe Pavelski. We could also trade that first for a second-line center who's better. That's true. So let's think about this. What second-line centers are out there? Let's look for a forward. Hold on. A forward. Whose age, max age, you want someone who's younger. Max age, probably like 28, but even younger would be great. Salary max, let's say maybe 8 million. That's already pushing it. Let's say more like 7 first. Sign on for at least, let's say, okay, let's just say 1 year first, and we'll keep refining after. Overall is at least, let's say 85. And face-offs, just at least like 75, so we get a centerman. All right, what comes up? 24 players. We need to qualify our statement a little bit more. Adam Fantilli, 88 overall. No picture for Fantilli. 66 points last year. Hey, he found his way to Columbus in the fantasy draft. That's funny. Joe Veleno, expiring contract. Leo Carlson, 87 overall. What? Wyatt Johnston's there? No, Wyatt Johnston's not here. Oh, there he is. 85 overall Wyatt Johnston. But in the game, he got disrespected in NHL 24. 50, he could be a 70-point guy when given ice time. Ooh, maybe Wyatt Johnston. I can see that. He is signed on for 3 more years. Doggy, I know you want it, Doggy. It's not a bad contract either. But we already have 2 created players. I don't know. We go for a third? I don't know. Let's refine the search a little bit more, maybe. Let's say no one signed on for 1 more year. Hold on, Doggy. Hold on. It's no guarantee that... first, we have to find a player we like, then we have to find a team situation that makes sense. If the Rangers are having you as your Doggy as the first-line center, they wouldn't trade their first-line center for a first-round pick. Let's say with 2 years left on the contract. And let's say no one with franchise potential. I don't think any of the franchise guys. Okay, down to 17 players now. Philip Heidel's probably out. Mason McTavish, probably out. Wyatt Johnston, it's the ice time that's low. Connor McMichael's on a good contract, but those are some ugly numbers. Gabe Velarde, decent. Peyton Krebs, nah. Casey Middlestat, no. Morgan Frost. Now, what's with these low points? 43 points from Morgan Frost. I don't know. Cole Perfetti, we've already had him in Starfleet. We had him a lot. Kakanyemi, bust. Logan Stankoven, I don't know. Anton Lundell, now we're talking. Anton Lundell with Mr. 5-star defense would be very nice. Anton Lundell might be my front runner, first and foremost, here. So you know what? Let's pin the front runners. I don't know. It's because of the created players are pinned. In this universe, he doesn't yet. So Lundell, I'd say, is a front runner. Gotta go say no. Matthew Poitras. And Poitras, he's behind some talent in Seattle. He's getting buried in Seattle. 59 points, playing 13 minutes last year. Matthew Poitras could be the guy, because he's getting buried in Seattle. So we'll look at the Kings situation with Lundell. We'll look at the Seattle situation with Poitras. Leo Carlson in Vegas could be something else. He could be a 60-point guy, too. Getting buried. All these guys getting buried. Doggy, he's playing big minutes. The thing about a Doggy, The Rangers have you playing 21.5 minutes per night. They're not going to just want to trade you for a first-round pick. Fantilli looks great. So let's look at Columbus, Vegas. Let me write this down. Columbus, Vegas, Seattle. I'll look at the Rangers just for you, doggy. And the Kings for Lundell. Oh, and don't start bringing out the money yet. I'm not committing to anything. So let's start with the Kings. So Anton Lundell from the Kings. They have Eichel as their first line center. They have Pajot. They have Wright. They have an excess of centermen. So Anton Lundell is definitely very possible. Leo Carlson's your front runner? Let me look at this. Hold on. Let me check Gen Z. Oh, sorry. Leo Carlson in Vegas. Oh, yeah, I did say Vegas. Okay, good. What's up in Vegas? He's their first-line center in Vegas. I don't think they'd trade him for a first-round pick. They're sellers as well. They want to have a young player. No. Carlson's out, sadly. Next. Then please get Rangers legend, Anton Lundell. Let me look again. It was the Hurricanes, right? For Lundell, for Wyatt Johnston? They have Draisaitl, they have Savoie, so that's why Johnston's playing third line. Yeah, Johnston's getting buried a little bit. It might be between Johnston and Lundell right now. Hold on, let's look at the... And wow, there's Poitras as well. Rangers. Yeah, Doggy, you're the first line center here in Long Island. Here in Madison Square Garden. Night in, night out, you're the guy. Can't be Doggy, I'm sorry. For Seattle, they have Sung, then they have Poitras. So he's playing, he could be second line center, as long as he's playing third line. They'd assume they're first line center. But he is signed on for 4 years, which is tempting. Who else did I say? Columbus. Fantilli, he's their guy. Okay, so it's between Poitras, Lundell, and Johnston. Eileen Lundell Johnston, though. So Johnston's 86. Sorry, 85. Lundell's 86. Poitras 87. So let's say max overall 87. Just want to refine it a little bit. So 85 to 87. Let's bring it down. Oh, wait. Oh, but it's the... Wait. Is Johnson... What's wrong here? Oh, it's the... Is it the... Face-offs? Ah, it's the face-offs. That's what it is. There we go. Oh, okay. Okay, brings it down to 16. Johnston, 24. 24, 25, 23. So 23 to 25 for the age. So I get them closer to each other so I can compare them a bit more easily. 23 to 25. Okay, down to 7. Okay, so Johnston, Lundell, Poitras. Comes down to that. Matthew Poitras, second line center. Never going to be a first line guy, but we would be able to give him more minutes than 13.5 minutes per night. I can't do it, doggy. I'm sorry. You're the first line center in New York. I don't even think it would be possible. A first round pick for a first line center, the Rangers would say we can't do that. Cutter Gauthier, he's not really a centerman. That's the thing. Yeah, those are crazy totals for 1330. Gauthier, I don't like how he simulates either. Yes, I do, Slim. Absolutely. Thank you for your deep question. Yes, they do, of course, and I'm the biggest one of all. Wyatt Johnston is scoring 51 points when playing 13:51, but when given 16.5 to 17.5 minutes, he can be a 70-point-plus player. Now, his defense, on the other hand, is 3.5 stars, which isn't great. While Anton Lundell is a 50, like a consistent 50-plus point player when he gets the ice time that he has. So Lundell is probably, his ceiling is probably like 60 points. But he's going to be a guy on that first unit penalty kill, 5-star defense, 85 face-offs. So do you want a guy who scores, do you want a 60-point ceiling with 5-star defense, or the 70, 75-point ceiling with more like 3.5, 4-star defense? I think I do lean Anton Lundell. Meanwhile, Poitras, his situation in Seattle seems to be better next season. He should get more ice time. He does have 4.5-star defense. He should get more ice time. It's a tough call. Could I refine it even more to be able to go through their... I just want to get... Can I get them next to each other so I can look at them back to back a bit more easily? 4.6 to 6.3. Johnston is younger and has higher potential. True. High top 6 at the age of... But his growing is almost done here. But still, he's 24. He's not 26. High top 6, while Lundell's medium top 6. At a year older. Johnson is more expensive, but signed on for 1 more year. But Poitras signed on the longest of all of them. And he's the highest overall, too. And he's the youngest. It's just that his team situation in Seattle seems to be getting better. Face-off X Factor 2, good on the PK probably, yeah. But Poitras has 4.5-star defense, which is not bad at all. I think at the very least, we take the offer for Casper and then see what teams say in trades. There's no guarantee that they will take a first-round pick for these players. So let's move forward, knowing that it's Poitras, Lundell, or Johnston. And let's take the compensation for Marco Casper. We say goodbye. Now, this isn't rocket science. Select the player in the video game that came out in September 2023 select that player because he won a Stanley Cup in the real world in 2024. What does that even mean? Have you ever used any of those 3 in a franchise mode before? No. What? Is that a third? To trade a third and a prospect for 2/5? I'm giving you a third, a higher pick, and a prospect to get 2 low picks. So, Marco Casper, who greed got the best of him, man. Greed got the best of him. We were ready to build around Marco Casper as the future. Original Arizona Coyote member. And he is off to the Calgary Flames as he refuses 6.65 for 8 years. So as to get a 4-year deal. He was addicted to that 4-year deal. He needed the 4-year deal. 145 points in 247 career games. Marco Casper, we are done with you. You are now a villain in this series. He was good in... Where do we have him? We had him in Starfleet for a bit, right? No, we had him in Vancouver. But he really just... Yeah, he ghosted us. So we will take the compensation and say goodbye. Goodbye, Marco Casper. And welcome, 1st and 3rd round pick. So Casper off to Calgary. Yeah, you know what? It worked out. Thanks, Calgary. Let me guess. Is he already on your trade block? So there are the picks. Yep. Not on the trade block yet. Good. And there's that very valuable 1st round pick. So if I now take that first, I'm not going to do any trades yet. I'm just looking at trade value. Is Seattle... Okay, so Seattle's interested in the pick. The Rangers are not, for example. You see? Depends on if they're... The Kings are not interested. They're buyers. And Dog with a 9.99. Slim versus Data argument when? I want to ask questions and you both argue. You can do that in voice chat sometime. Doggy with the first entries of the new list for the entries for the next raffle of created players. Thank you, my friend. Two more entries for you. Which now brings you, because some carry over from last time, which now brings you to 11 entries. Thank you very kindly, sir. Much appreciated. Yeah, maybe we could even keep Calgary's first. I wouldn't mind doing that. Much love, doggy. And then Carolina doesn't... They're also conservative buyers. So you know what? The Kraken might have to be my first choice here. They're sellers. If I want Poitras, it probably has to be Calgary's first, though, because he has the most trade value. To not trade my first, I need to trade you... Sorry, to not trade Calgary's first, I need to get my first and my second. I don't know. First for first gamble, yeah, those are fun, Jones. I like those. I'll let you know, Mighty Joe. No rush yet. What are we thinking of this? Our first and our second, and we keep Calgary's first and... okay, we could trade 2/3 instead. We have the Rangers third, and... we don't have our third. So how about we trade the Rangers third, and then our third in 2029? This probably doesn't go through, but what are we thinking about crafting a trade for Seattle first, since they're sellers and they want the picks? Mackenzie, welcome to the stream. Sorry, no problem. I haven't seen you in the stream for a little while, actually, Mackenzie. Welcome to the stream. But Len, tell me honestly, do you think Poitras... I'm not saying we're going to get Poitras, but do you think it would make sense to at least go after him first with the highest overall and the longest contract and the lowest AAV? I'm not saying we're going to get him, but I'm saying I think it makes the most sense to at least try first for him. Poitras will be second line center. Okay, but explain, Landon. I'm open to listening. Got that big thumbs up since I haven't been around. Oh, thank you, Mackenzie. Leave that like if you haven't already. Much love. Thank you. Lundell won a cup. Is that really your argument, or is that your slim argument? Lundell won a cup. Yeah, the Kings are buyers, which is why, why would they want to give up? We could... No, it's not that... Why would they... He's being buried in the lineup, right? Hold on, let's just go back here to the Kings. What do you mean, who cares? You care more about what happened in the real world, and I'm saying this is what happens in the virtual world, the one that we are living in. This team in the virtual world wants this. Well, in the real world, he won a cup. Well, this isn't the real world. How about that? This guy. The tears never stop. Lundell is being buried, yes. But as buyers, would that make sense for them? I don't know. I'd be happy to get Lundell, but I think the first guy that we try for is Poitras. And if it doesn't work, then we move on. I'm going to send this trade offer and see what the message is. The message is, isn't where it needs to be at all compared to where we're being asked to give up. So, already that tells me that things aren't close. It might have to be a bit too much of a stretch. Was that so hard? Was that so hard for me to just click propose trade and see what the message was? Talking about McDavid losing, crying. What does that have to do with anything? What is wrong with you? And we move on. And we move on. So that is my job as GM, to do my due diligence. He was the best option, but we're not going to go crazy on trade value for him if they don't want to do it. But the thing is, Landon, they have like 5 creative players, and he played 13 minutes last season. Maybe there's some sort of friction going on with management. If they accepted, we would have been happy. At least I would have been happy. And some of the GMs who aren't thinking with their slim brain, well, no, just slim, would not have been. Now, I want to see what the message is for Lundell. if I give just a first and a third? If I give just the first and a third, what would the message be for Lundell? Well, it doesn't mean our block needs all that well, and the value just isn't there whatsoever. Okay. And now what's the message for Wyatt Johnston? I don't know. I'm seeing so much coming in. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. Maybe I didn't, doggy. For Wyatt Johnston, I think a first and a third would go through for sure. But Johnson has more room. Is that not? Ish. We have the points on that top line. We have 3 100-point players already on that top line. Yes, we need points. But I think defense is going to go a long way here. Has nothing to do with he won a cup in the real world. That factors in to 0 in this virtual world. He could have won 10 straight Stanley Cups with 10 straight Hart trophies, and it wouldn't change my mind. Because in this virtual world, he's an 86 overall medium top 6. Oh, it's your narrative. Why didn't you say so? Now, Lundell can still grow for sure. Maybe not as much, that's true. Is there any chance we ever see a real-life fantasy draft flipping the entire league around? Like, that's what we did, no. I mean, the real world? No. Never. You play to win the game. And you're playing to win the real world game, and I'm playing to win the virtual game. So cry harder. What if you gave a second and the Flames third for Poitras? So instead of a first and 2/3, we give a first, a second, and a third? That is possible. I'm going to try this offer to the Kings first before I do that. Yeah, Poitras not a capped 50-point scorer. He could score more than that. He scored 50-something with 13 minutes of ice time. So, a first and 2/3 for Anton Lundell. We're Stanley Cup champions. Cry harder. Proposed trade. Still not there whatsoever. So, same message. Added a third-round pick. Get the same, and we got the same message. Man, it's hard to just play the game when I'm busy fielding tear-soaked messages. What I'm reading in these comments is that someone's not going to be happy here, so I got to do something anyways. Sorry, we said with a second. I mean, the first, second, and third we would need, yeah. So our first, second, and third. I don't think this will go through, but I will offer this. This might be my final offer. For Poitras. I think this would be the final offer that I would give for Poitras. And it's woefully insufficient. So no, that won't work. It comes down to Johnson or Lundell. Poitras out. It comes down to Johnson and Lundell. Conservative buyer versus buyer. So who's more likely to give up the player? Probably Wyatt Johnston. But Lundell's better on defense, and defense is what we need. And a champion, a cup winner, blah, blah, blah. They're up against the cap. It's a hard call. Lundell sells the 4-star puck skills, the 4-star shoot, 4-star everything pretty much. 3.5 skating and 5-star defense. That 5-star defense is really what stands out to me. I'd rather have Johnson then because he takes less value, he's younger, and has higher potential. Alright, that's a fair argument. See, that's a fair, balanced argument. Not he wins. What do you mean he wins? Lundell, 6 points, -2 in the... Oh, Slim! A -6 over the last 2 years in the playoffs. No, we can't get him. We can't get him. Sorry, according to your logic, we can't get him, Slim. No, I'm not really referring to you, Landon. Don't worry. I'm crying about. I'm crying about Slim crying. Don't worry. So Johnson would cost less to acquire. Do we just go first and third straight up? We tried the first already, right? Or did we? I forget. Okay, so let's try looking at Wyatt Johnston. He's going to cost pretty much what Marco Kasper was going to cost, but he's only signed on for 3 years. He is high top 6. He does have the higher ceiling for points. Their centers, they have Draisaitl and Savoie already. So Draisaitl must have been playing on the wing, or maybe, I don't know. Or he could play on the wing, I guess. Oh, we never sent an offer? Okay. So I'll try a first. Yeah, and then a fourth and a fifth after. So first, you're quite far off in value. Okay. Next, we'll go to the Arizona fifth. You're quite far, but that message means you're getting closer. This could go through. Yeah, this could very much go through. We get to keep Calgary's first and third, and we trade our first and fourth. So essentially, we flip our first to move up like 20 picks, get a lottery pick, hopefully. We change Kasper for Johnston, and it costs us a 4th round pick to do it. I'm happy with that. And we get a third back. That's true as well. Carolina, what do you say to this? Trade rejected, quite far off in value. We're getting close, though. We have 3 thirds. I'm happy to give our third. First and third. I think my max would be like a first, 2 thirds, and a fifth or something. We'll start with the first and a third. First and third. Come on. You know you want to, Carolina. Quite close to fair value. Yeah, this is about to go through. So I don't even need to give a second third. I can just give... Here's a 7th in 2030. 7th in 2030. Wyatt Johnston, welcome to Arizona. It took a few tears. We went through a few Kleenex boxes, but Wyatt Johnston is a Coyote. Welcome to Arizona. Let's go. So in the end, we get Calgary's first. We keep our second. We get Calgary's third. And we still have the Rangers third. We have our fourth, the Blackhawks fifth in that last trade at the draft. Our fifth and a sixth. So a first, a second, 2 thirds, a fourth, 2 fifths, and a sixth. As well as swapping out Kasper for Johnston. Dealing from a position of power. Yes, sir, baby. Okay, so that's done. Does that leave us anything else in this offseason? Anything else this offseason? I don't think so. RFAs. That leaves us with $8.6 million in cap space. So I'm still definitely thinking about Johnny Gaudreau, I gotta say. I'm still thinking about Johnny Gaudreau. Low trade value, $9.75 million. We would need the Ducks to retain salary if we were to do this. But then the bigger problem is, where does he go in the lineup? We probably wait for now some more. Let's try to retain 3.75 just for funsies. So we'd be making $6 million for 2 more years. $6 million for 2 years. And for the forwards, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, Seneca 9. Yeah, we need to see between Geeky, Dumais, Seneca, who's going to be staying on this team in the top 9. Then we can get Gaudreau. Right now he's what, 33? 33. We can't wait too long. I won't do it right now because we already made some big off-season moves. But maybe I could see it happening next episode. Shady for Gaudreau spite trade. Oh, sorry, not for. I want to sim to the start of the season. All right, now let's see what kind of other off-season growth do we get, and how does this team look to begin year number what? 6? No, 5. Yeah, 4 seasons are done. How does this team look to begin year number 5? That's what we want to know. Wyatt Johnston. Saving him from the Hurricanes. Yes, Doc. Yes, it will. Yeah, he's not going to be super duper old. Like, Like, he's not going to be 36, 37, oh, might he retire? He'll still be 34 next year. But the thing is, we want to have him while he's still good, not just unretired. Okay, edit lines. Let's see what kind of growth do we get. Okay, Seneca 81 already. I see Benson 92. Johnson still in 85. Maybe we add X factors to him. I don't know. Not yet though. Probably Nyquist down to a 77. Defense Byram at a 90. Nice. Tuzolino 83. Wolf still 80. Yeah, we didn't touch our goaltending this offseason. Johnson up to an 80. Look at that. Down in the AHL. Chimera's at an 80. Woo! Hector Chimera. Be a hard time not playing him in the NHL, but I don't want to play him on the fourth line, right? So first things first, let's move players to the right spot. Yeah, I need Geeky to grow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So Nyquist is going to be really 13th forward, and Petrovsky's going to come up and play fourth line full time. In the AHL, Chimera, Sikora, I don't know. On defense, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Johnson / Bichelle. Ludwig can go down. Sorry. So Ludwig Allen, Prokop Landon, Kudasson Landon. Yeah, that's okay. No, he'll play. And goaltending, Ratzlaff at a 79. Yeah, we're going to promote Ratzlaff so that Voynov can start and Young can back up. Kenny Thompson, medium backup. Ty Young, medium backup. Do we trade Ty Young? Probably, so that Voynov can definitely be like the starter. We'll probably do that. Alright. So in the AHL, yeah, it's not great. Chimera doesn't fit on the first line. Of course he doesn't. Score's got to be there. Does anyone give chemistry to this first line? Rower, Chiernik. That's it. Depends if my emotion chip is in. Trade Young for a random AHL player. Yeah, maybe an AHL centerman would be nice. I don't know if he has enough value for that. The NHL, Petrovsky, Servac Petrovsky, 2022 6th round pick of the Wild. And his faceoffs 76 versus Madden 80. So Madden fourth line center. Yeah. Yeah, I could see a draft to glory. It's been suggested a bunch of times. I'm sure a draft to glory would happen someday. +5, +3, +2. Wyatt Johnston fits well on the second line, but even better on the first line. So good to keep in mind. On defense, Byram Nemec with the +2 or Shady moving up. Byram Shady gets the +2. Tuzolino, does Boakfist get traded? It's a really good contract. But last year, he scored 38 points. He was a +32. I mean, he was a 50-point player, and since then he's had back-to-back like 30-some point seasons. And in the playoffs, 1 assist. Here you go, Slim. 1 assist, -9 in the playoffs for Adam Boakfist. So I could see Adam Boakfist being a trade chip. Not right now, but I could see that happening. And Bichelle's got to play. Has he been? Boakfist has been elite. Has he really been? Is like 35 points elite? I don't know. Tuzolino needs to move up in the lineup. Tuzolino is the future Jaden Ramirez, but 5th round pick, not a 2nd round pick. And Ryan Johnson, 3.5-star defense. I know, his defense is great, but you get him for the offense. Yeah, I'm not saying we trade him. I'm just saying he could be a trade chip moving into next episode, especially if we're looking at a Johnny Gaudreau trade. We can get them to retain salary. Just saying. So I think that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. These are our potential lines to begin year number 3. So Seneca up to an 81. That's great news for Beckett. 81 overall, the 9th overall pick back in 2024. Actually, any growth, I wonder, from our unsigned players, like Coyle. But Chimera at an 80. we gotta be careful. He might have to get called up soon. But unsigned players. Coyle also at an 80 overall now. Roberto Coyle. Okay. So I think we'll look at the trade blocks and then call it an episode. Yeah. Do we sign Coyle to be first-line center in the AHL? We were just... Yeah, that's true. We were just talking about we need a first-line center in the AHL. Do we sign Coyle to play with Chimera? That could be the move. Yeah. That could be the move. Trade blocks. Marco Kasper. I really wonder what's going to happen with Calgary this season. I wonder if we... Is that going to be a lottery pick? I cannot wait to see. All right, skaters matching the block, sorting by overall. Here, so Slavin has an 88 overall defenseman on the block in Anaheim. Keep this in mind for any trade suggestions you might leave in the comments. Yeah, Ovi's absolutely getting the record. Don't fool yourself. Ovi is getting the record. CC, Gourde, Easton Cowan, medium top 9, though, in this game. Calgary, there they are. What are they listed as? Calgary, they are conservative buyers. Interesting. How's the forward center depth, I wonder? So Kasper should be second-line center behind Dylan Larkin. All right. Marco Kasper disrespected us, man. Carolina. Niederreiter in Boston, 80 overall. Okay. Yeah, we'll sign. I think we will sign Coyle then. Hellenius, Rekoff, Genoa, Griffin, etc. in Chicago. We already got Valley Ket from them. Darnell Nurse on that contract in Colorado. Columbus Sweeney, a bunch of prospects actually. I like guys between mostly 21-year-olds. Kasper's a 4-year deal for Kasper. Dallas Lehkonen just signed. Montour, Patty Kane at 38 years of age. 1 year, $7 million on him. Yarncrow Parayko betting. Remember, we have 7.875 million in cap space. Keep that in mind. Detroit, Pollock, Chernak, Marino, Bean, Engvall, and Atkinson. Edmonton, nothing crazy. Verana, Harvey Pinard. Florida, look at all the value in Florida. Pellick, Garland, Trocheck, Raquel, Shillington, Saad, Siegenthaler, Jokiharju, Perron. Wow. These are the guys you go to on deadline day. Absolutely. LA Kings, not too much. Tanner Howe. Minnesota, no. Montreal, Lander, Hootinen, Del Bell, Bellas. Love that name. Where is he in the real world? Why is he not in the NHL yet? Luca Del Bell, Bellas. When are the Blue Jackets going to call him up? Nashville, Miller, McLeod, Sundqvist, Letang at 40 years of age. Lowry. Luke Misa in New Jersey, as well as Henry Muse. Pellick, all right, noted. Lilia, Callum Ritchie, Salonen. New York Islanders, Devon Tays back on Long Island. Tomas Hertl, Zaka, who just signed. Dougie Hamilton, Mathieu Joseph. John Tavares, yeah, I forgot that he's back on the Islanders. Vetrano, Dumoulin, Chatfield, Mata. Yeah, so the Panthers and the Islanders, both with tons of potential like deadline bulk up kind of pieces. Rangers, Rangers, not much. Senators, Falk, Fowler, Flyers, okay. Penguins, 89 overall, Joel Eriksson Ek. That could be something for the second line center if we were looking before, but was not to be. We got Wyatt Johnson in there now. Joel Eriksson Ek. How much is he making as well? 5.25. Rasmus Anderson, Aaron Ekblad, P.S. Patrick Kane Suter, Nicholas Haig, Noah Cates, etc., etc. David Savard, no one in San Jose. Seattle, Carlo, Granlund, Walker, Lee, Alexiak. So yeah, they're starting to sell here in Seattle. 8 points through 9 AHL games this season. Thank you for that, Mighty Joe. I was really interested. Thank you for sharing. Who's this guy? Tuomas Ylonen. The German guy that just drafted as well, both on the block prospects. No one in Tampa. Toronto, McPherson, Vasanen, Enlund, Vancouver, Pesci, Liljegren. Players who just got signed. It's year in and year out the game does it. It's crazy. Roman Josi, last year of his contract. Schmidt, Murphy. Sorry, not Liljegren. He wants Liljegren. He wants to be pronounced Liljegren. So I gotta get behind that. Big hater on the Rangers. Doggie's getting furious that he isn't being put on the trade block. But we'll see what happens with the Rangers this year. Shea, Ghost, Washington, Norris, Marchment, Hyman, Milano, and Winnipeg, Suzuki, Roy, Dylan Strome, of course, Boakfist. What are these teams doing, man? All right, so there are the trade blocks around the NHL, ladies and gentlemen. I'm loving our situation here. Our current team, the future of our team, and the draft pick situation as well. That Calgary first is going to be very exciting. So we want to go ahead and sign Roberto Coyle. 25K off. Humble yourself. Dream of mine to join the team. Welcome, Roberto. Throw him in the AHL. I got to trade Ty Young. Probably next Monday, doggy. There you go. So Coyle, Chimera. But of course, Coyle doesn't fit. Nope, why would he? Coyle, Chimera, and Sakura. And I'll play around with the lines. Alright, so there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Roberto Coyle's in the organization. Yeah, I know we should be... if I had more time, I'd do Coyotes more often, even like twice a week. It'll happen at some time. That's why I always keep an eye on the Discord server schedule. I'll throw some in there when I have the time. When I have a free night, it's not always super common, but when I have a free night, I can just throw one of those in there. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. Leave a like if you haven't already, and of course, subscribe to be made aware of all of our uploads here on the channel. Islanders NHL 25, Coyotes NHL 24, guides, walkthroughs, career sims, hopefully soon if the sim speed can pick up. All expiring. Yeah, not much to think about for the contract situation. So next year, sorry, I don't want to trade for asset. Next year in the money situation, when we think about our extensions for next season, we will still have 9.825 million to play with and like no one to resign. So any suggestions on the lineup or anything like that, make sure to leave them down here on YouTube or over in the Discord server, link in the description. Thank you, Bello. Bonsoir, doggy. Bonne nuit. Good night. Thank you. Yes, the Islanders replies. You might not get to yours tonight because the longer ones usually take me longer, but I'll start replying to them tonight. And if I haven't tonight, then you'll get it tomorrow. And there you have it. So thanks for watching, everyone. And I will see you most likely, always most likely, next Monday. And that would be November the 11th, I believe. Remembrance Day. So on November the 11th, I believe, as of now, we'll be live with the 2027-28 season, year number 5 for the Coyotes. Thanks for being here. We're not leaving. Let's go for a second cup in 3 years for year number 5 with the Coyotes. And I'm looking forward to seeing you there. Thanks for watching, and good night, everyone.